Well, hello again, this time from the Red Bull Arena here in New Jersey. Now, I'll be honest, it's not as impressive as the other two stadiums we've been to, is it? But at least what we saw tonight from one individual on the pitch out there behind me was impressive. As a collective for Newcastle, I didn't think it was, and I'll come on to why I think that in just a moment. But yeah, Elliot Anderson, the only place to start. 86th minute, he equalises in the 90th minute. He goes and wins it, and we've just spoken to him down there in the mix zone, had a chat with him. He's a lad of few words, I must admit, but he certainly did his talking with his feet tonight, and he has all pre-season. Let's be honest, 12 months ago, he was Newcastle's best player of the summer, and perhaps didn't quite kick on to have the season we thought he would do. He will this time. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's fitter, and Eddie House just revealed to us there that when they did the tests about 3 weeks ago, they all come back in, this bleep tests, you know, you've seen the videos, they're jumping up and down, they're doing all manner of stuff that's alien to mere mortals like us. But Eddie's just told us it was Elliot Anderson who emerged victorious in all of them, and he said by some distance as well, and that is quite something, and it's testament to the work he's clearly done with himself this summer while he's been away on holiday, and he's reaping the benefit of that now. Now the challenge, of course, is doing what he didn't necessarily do last season and take that into the season proper. So I really do think it'll be different this time, 12 months on. And what has he got? Well, I've just likened him to Paul Gascoigne in copy. I know there's been one or two supporters back home have made that comparison, and you know, while it is very early days in that regard, you can see why. It's the manner in which he uses his upper body, he uses his arms, he's so strong, and when he goes through on goal there in the 90th minute, the most obvious outcome looks to be a foul by the defender. The defender's all over his back. It's almost Super Mac in the FA Cup final in 1974, but Anderson had the strength to shrug him off. He brushed him off, and once he's done that, he's then got a split second to regain his composure, because he's through on goal in front of the Newcastle supporters there, and he's got a chance to win it in the 90th minute, with actually what was the last kick of the game, and he did it with his left foot bottom corner. His goal 4 minutes earlier was with his right foot. That's another thing I'm struggling to know. I think his right foot's probably his stronger one, but you know, he's fantastic with both of them. He's got that wonderful manner in which he manipulates the football. Now, the goal for the equaliser, again, it was all about his energy, and he pressed the defender on the edge of the 6-yard box. You know, in this heat, it's absolutely stifling here. This isn't an HD setting. This is genuine sweat, which is resting on my brow here. You know, to have the energy to do that, it's been pretty intense out here with the training, the schedule, the games, the flying. So with 4 minutes to go, to fly in and barge the man out with the ball the way he did, and then again, you know, sweeping it at the top corner, just shows where he is at right now. And for me, he has to start. I think he will start against Villa in a couple of weeks' time. Now, even before he scored the goals, it was Anderson who set the tone for Newcastle's comeback, because I thought they were poor on the whole, and it was only when Louis Miley came on alongside Anderson in midfield in the second half there that the things improved, and they started to have a little bit more composure. Louis Miley picked one brilliant pass down the right wing to Jacob Murphy. Word on Murphy as well. Murphy's through ball for Anderson's winning goal was absolutely exemplary after what was a pretty quiet game for him. But yeah, now why did they struggle? Now Eddie's always had this thing where he says he wants 2 11s, and why does he want 2 11s of equal strength? Because they're going to be competing on four fronts this season. Has he got 2 11s of equal strength? No, he hasn't. And I think that tonight there showed us why. It's understandable. It's not a criticism. I tweeted something about at half time that Newcastle was struggling to get out with their own half against Brighton, and a lot of supporters came back and said, yeah, but it's not a strong 11. Brighton's 11 is strong. Well, that doesn't matter. You can't say that in the Premier League. If you're having to make changes, you know, you can't say, oh, it's the understudies who've come in. Those players have got to be good enough. In short, they're not. You know, the depth runs out quicker after about a pool of 15, 16 players. Really, I think the quality runs out, and Eddie Howe knows that, and that's the journey they're on. They've gone quicker than they ever imagined. That's where they currently find themselves at. So yeah, reinforcements are needed, and I just thought they did struggle for the best part of an hour against, admittedly, what was, you know, a strong Brighton team. So and Eddie himself, you know, he's down there on the touchline just in front of us. He had his head in his hands on more than one occasion. I think the manner in which they were sloppy on the ball, you know, when they did try to beat Brighton's press, the ball was just coming straight back at them. So we know why, and it'll be very different when the season starts with different players. But yeah, you've got to see it as you see it, and that's how I saw it here tonight. But nonetheless, because of Anderson, they've come back to win, and they currently sit top of the table. Yeah, they should remember that. Could be a little psychological bonus in there for them. Other news we've got from Eddie. Now, we spoke to Bruno Gomes at an event in New Jersey where he was there alongside Joe Linton, and he was asked about his current contract situation. Now, Bruno wants a new deal. Talks have been ongoing, but so far that there is no resolution, and Bruno used the word doubt over the current situation. Now, Eddie was asked about that there just before, and Eddie said he would love him to stay, but he didn't have an update on the situation. He knows talks are ongoing. Bruno knows what. Oh, here's lawnmower again, you know, the bane of my life. Let's get a little bit of height here. He knows that Bruno is happy here, and Bruno said to us, you know, that he wants to stay at the club. But the problem you've got, Newcastle, is that Bruno is already their top earner. He's already at the top of that, what is a tight wage structure, because of FFP limitations, FFP again, and for him to get a bumper pay rise might then have a knock-on effect and create issues elsewhere in the squad. So yeah, that is one we're going to have to keep an eye on. Other little bits of news: Fabian Schär's got a hamstring injury. He was sent for a scan today. And Eddie said he hopes it's not too serious. More news is awaited on that. Harvey Barnes went down in the second half, but you know, he's okay, and they said there's no real concern there. So yeah, all in all, 2 minutes nearly done. I'm being hurried along here, so I'm going to walk towards the door. I'll walk and talk. I'm going to walk towards the door and just wrap up. It's a shorter video tonight anyway, because I'm still in New York, and tomorrow, guys, please, below the line here, can you send some questions to me? We'll have a wrap up, we'll have a little wander around Central Park maybe. Questions below the line, anything, you know, we'll talk about who I've been impressed with out here, what I think for the new season. Like I say, put the questions there, and we'll have a bit of a walk and talk. Again, click like, click subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and it's goodbye from the Red Bull Arena here in New Jersey. Okay, see you soon.